Alright, before we even press play on how many restaurants are in Bikini Bottom, but no feelings are safe, let me warn you, I thought I was the biggest SpongeBob expert. I was wrong. This video uncovers the truth about Bikini Bottom's restaurants, and the final number is so shocking it had me lean back in my chair. You'll be hitting that subscribe button right after you see the final insane tally. Let's find out how many there really are.
From the finest eating establishment ever established for eating, to pizzazzy restaurants that dethroned it entirely. Today, I'm breaking down every other restaurant in Bikini Bottom to work out how many competitors the Krusty Krab actually has. From tiny pathetic stands to fast food giants that make crabs break out in cold sweats, these are all the eateries Bikini Bottom has to offer. Starting with the most unsuccessful business of all time, the Chum Bucket. Chum patties, chum sticks, and chum nuggets.
First two should be like the Chum Bucket.
Revolting items
So I'll say
Plankton's
this,
menu,
right?
or you
We
know,
already got two on board, Chum Bucket and Krusty Krab, right? We all know about the Chum Bucket and Krusty Krab. And he don't even try to taste his own creation. He just think it's good.
Seem like the best in the world, and no amount of money could ever make anyone eat here. Trust me, Karen's tried.
Can't eat another bite of that.
He didn't get no money.
We've established the chum is the foulest food in the sea, but what is it anyway? In real life, it's chopped fish that fishermen use as bait. So Plankton's kind of literally trying to serve dead fish to fish. This is some Jeff Dahmer level of frickery.
You're a mom-made chum? You're a mom-made chum for like that or some other way. Yeah.
Not again.
I don't know how, but
it might be that, or
everybody started loving her chum more than
that's not what we're here to talk
chum.
about. Overall, the Chum Bucket having no customers makes more sense than Tubby Patrick eating a Krabby Patty at 3 a.m. I feel kind of bad.
Hold on, Point Mom got her own house? Wait a minute.
I can't imagine even pouring into Grandma's tea house like anchovies, especially now with another competitor in town.
She got a restaurant? For one, y'all, I actually miscount how many it is. Like, I need y'all to tell me how much y'all counting. It's supposed to be 28, 29. So I think we got Chum Bucket. Yeah, it's for 4 restaurants. But I didn't expect the other 2 to be like actual restaurants.
Coon also has a snack bar. Patrick is a regular customer,
I see that.
Especially
That
when
can
he's
be
been
like
body
a
shamed
smaller
by the other
restaurant
beachgoers.
business. So that's fine right there. If you're more than the multiple-headed restaurant that we unseen.
As you can see, Bikini Bottom is pretty big on wieners, and they seem to be the most popular fast food item next to Krabby Patty. There's a Weenie Hut, which may or may not be affiliated with Juniors, more on that later.
That's it right there.
I'm ready.
And you can tell the one SpongeBob
I also remember the hot dog shop from Picture Day. This is where SpongeBob hid from those punk teens pelting people.
What's the difference? I'm confused why y'all made a hot dog restaurant, but made a wiener restaurant. What's the difference? They're both the same. It's just wiener. What? I don't get why y'all made 2 restaurants that do a hot dog, but that's 6 right there. I'm concerned that nobody ever
I have to work at a hot
why
dog on a string
3
today, so I'm
hot
in
dog
charge of stringing
restaurants?
the dogs.
So that's 7 right there.
I'd outstole.
Wait, quit fooling around.
But that
The barnacle head who slapped those letters together on there so unevenly is officially ruined 25 for me. Also, what flavor is that ice cream supposed to be anyway?
That's gotta be the stupid one ever.
Speaking of me,
That kind of messed up.
desperate to feel
You want to know if I can feel it? Do you really want to know if I can feel it? Yes, I can feel it. What I'm feeling like a total barnacle head.
Krabs gets so embarrassed he smashes Bunny Buns to bits.
Come on, Mr. Krab. Why ruin somebody's place? Why, Mr. Krab? Let's check this out. At that restaurant 2? Restaurant 2? Is that even a restaurant?
Bob and Patrick lame, geeks,
I thought that was like a place like Chuck E. Cheese or something where kids have fun. I didn't expect there to actually be a restaurant.
The what?
There's certain things that you, when you really a penguin, and when you realize who you was a penguin, you got pissed at faster than SpongeBob, but yeah.
But it was all SpongeBob and Patrick's idea!
And there's me thinking the filthiest things in Bikini Bottom were its restaurants. Seriously, has nobody ever heard of a fresh lick of paint in this town? I mean, just look at this rusty old diner.
All in one day.
So, what are we gonna do tomorrow?
Yep, a diner called Diner. The writers truly outdid themselves. Despite
Oh,
this place
Diner.
being about as interesting as your average Shady
How
Shoals resident, it's actually
y'all
one of the
had
most iconic
to
restaurants in
come
the
up
whole
with the
show.
dumbest name
Diner has appeared in so
for
many
a
iconic
diner.
episodes. In Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 2, SpongeBob has lunch here with his heroes, and while he's distracted by the jukebox, they just straight up ditch him.
Right behind you.
It doesn't seem to be here.
Keep looking. Diligence.
Aye, aye, sir.
Dang nabbit.
The superheroes get trapped by the dirty bubble, who's probably cleaner than Diner's kitchen floor, actually. SpongeBob saves the
Why
day
you
by
say
acting
that?
like an annoying entitled fan with
But
zero
the dirty
respect for
bubble's not
personal
that
space.
clean.
Diner appeared again in Chocolate with Nuts when SpongeBob and Patrick were discussing highly
Diner?
questionable ways to
Wait,
up their
wait,
marketing
hold
tactics.
How Diner?
We got it. Let's get naked.
That's when
Oh,
we're selling real estate.
Diner featured 3 more
Whoa.
times in the show, but probably its most well-known cameo.
so I assumed that I was the biggest SpongeBob fan and know so much restaurant that never appear again. But I guess I'm not really not. I guess my childhood of SpongeBob just went kaboom in my face.
To date is the episode Missing Identity. You gotta know which one I'm talking about. It's the
Oh,
iconic
yeah.
meme of SpongeBob
Wait, I
grabbing
know
his
what you're
coffee,
talking
just
about.
missing his
I
dumb
know what
little
you're
name
talking
tag.
I
about.
lost something once. I lost something I couldn't live without. My identity.
SpongeBob found his name tag in the garbage, but what about his milkshake license? In License to Milkshake,
Yeah.
Krabs makes him go back to milkshake making school, and a flashback from the episode shows that there was once a charming little milkshake shop in Bikini Bottom.
Alright, then number 14. Yeah, 14.
I can't
We
let
got
one of your
14, we got
renowned
14.
shakes serve.
Seems like a pretty cool place.
Damn, and band.
Milkshake got completely run out of business. In No Weenies Allowed, SpongeBob is
Right.
determined to prove he's tough enough to get into the Salty Spittoon. You know those strongman competitions where guys lift trucks and stuff? Well, SpongeBob takes that one step further by showing the bouncer only the most jaw-dropping display of brute strength ever.
Ever.
Just
Hey,
run this under
how
some
do you
hot
get
water.
from
Here,
stupid
that's SpongeBob
person
stubbed.
to the...
Ooh, man.
Smiling and whatnot.
The
Wow.
plan is for Patrick to let SpongeBob win the fight and prove he's tough enough for the Salty Spittoon. Following his
Yeah,
notes, Pat declares
but the crazy part about it, right? SpongeBob beat Patrick up without even touching. Like, that gotta be like the toughest thing any tough guy should ever done. Beating up somebody without touching it, crazy.
the world champion kickboxer, but the
Yeah.
plan flies out the window when SpongeBob roasts him way too savagely. Patrick defies every law of physics known to man as he
Yeah.
kicks his own butt into next week. Believing SpongeBob is so tough he destroys
Yeah.
Patrick without even touching him,
Everybody
finally
thought
lets him come inside the Salty
About
Spittoon. Well, there's a
SpongeBob beat up
reason
Patrick,
weenies are
but
banned from
in
places.
himself.
Andy, I slipped on an ice cube covered in boo-boo.
Think you guys want that hospital?
Really?
Weenie Hut General.
SpongeBob would return to
Ah,
the
that's
Salty Spittoon
even
and
worse.
Salty Sponge, but this
That's
time
even
as an
worse.
employee.
Here's the grip. That now make with the grub.
What happened to your last fry cook?
That's
Who's
a
gonna
death.
be next?
That's a
I'll
40 a
fight.
month.
I wonder if he got an
Well,
employee discount on all their
yeah,
food. Not that he'd
For
want to
the
eat
deaf
anything from here
people
anyway.
that they had.
The inedible food aside, did you see the state of that kitchen? If you're worried about getting food poisoning, you're actually probably safer
Yeah.
eating the nasty patty. It would be criminal to not follow up the Salty Spittoon
Wait,
with
where's
their
this
super
one?
sweet rival, Weenie Hut Juniors. You know, I didn't think it was possible for
Yeah.
a restaurant to look so adorable it makes the cuddly crab seem like the killer crab by comparison, but here we are.
Weenie Hut Juniors? Are you saying I belong at Weenie Hut Juniors?
SpongeBob wasn't even tough enough to get into
What?
Weenie Hut Juniors, so he was sent to a hut specifically made for the weeniest weenies in town.
Wow. So SpongeBob wasn't even tough enough to get into the salty platoon, and he wasn't even tough enough to get in the weakest salty platoon. So he had to go to the superest, the superest, weakest restaurant. Alright, going to that restaurant, it messed up. Now that one goes like a
Super
bitch
Weenie Hut
for
Juniors.
going somewhere like that.
Focus on getting into
Wow.
the Salty Spittoon, but I mean, the weenie restaurants are so much better in my opinion. Not
Uh-huh.
only are they cuter than Gary, they've got a monster Weenie
Yeah.
Monday and are basically living in 2050 with their robot waiters.
Yeah, like
Would you
you
care for
basically
another
live in
Diet
the
Cola,
future,
weenie?
and
What?
you got like,
But I'm not a weenie.
But
good.
my sensors indicate that you
Ooh.
are indeed a
and you're not
weenie.
really trying to like
But did I mention there's also
have,
Weenie Hut
have
Seniors and it's got a
people
fracking
on
theme
your
park
back
on
is-
site?
Wait, what's this?
Get me
I need to go back and watch SpongeBob because I've never seen nothing like that. I swear to God, when did we actually have like a amusement park type restaurant?
to this place yesterday. Actually, on second thought, I might pass.
By turning you into a robot.
Nah, that's not. that kind
And we thought the fiery Fisto Pain was the scariest thing to come out of Bikini Bottom's amusement parks.
Yeah.
Weenie Hut Seniors looks like a blast, but the risk
Nah,
of getting turned
that
into a robot just
definitely
isn't worth it for
is
me. I
worse
think I'll stick
than
with Goofy
the actual
Goober's ice cream
restaurant.
party boat from now on. Sure, it isn't equipped with a roller coaster or the biggest wiener you've ever seen, but it's triple gooberberry
like,
sunrise.
you can't not miss the Goober
I swear,
Goober
I could feel like
restaurant.
getting type 2
You
diabetes
can never
just watching
mess
this
with
scene.
this one.
Goofy Goober's most
Like,
famous
you
appearance
would
was, of
never
course, in the
miss this
SpongeBob
restaurant.
SquarePants.
Did it?
Since then, Goofy Goobers has only appeared 13 times across all feature films and spin-off shows, which I hate. I need at least 5 cameos every season. There's nothing more appetizing than cartoon ice cream, is there? Well, not when it's made out of live plankton, anyway.
I want like certain restaurants like SpongeBob Pasture has been like 10, 11 so, and the actual SpongeBob episode movie and stuff, they're literally like 20, 30, 40 something years old, and SpongeBob Pasture still act like kids. Like their mind, like their age and grown up, but their mind never got out that kid developed. So that's why Pastor and SpongeBob always act like a kid.
Goober dollars and of course plus-size underwear.
You've been wearing the same
I
Goofy
told
Goober
you.
peanut party underpants
Like
for 3
their
years.
mind never grew out the kid developed. Like they're melon. So that's why Pastor and SpongeBob always act like kids all the time.
Krusty Krab pizza was
If
a bigger
they
flop
grew
than
out
plankton.
that
The
kid
Bikini Bottomites can always head to
mindset,
Pizza Pie Hole with gravy and pepperoni just to make sure your dough gets
Yeah,
made
pizza
fresh.
pie. Bro,
It's gotta be you, son. Here's
Mr. Krab is the cheapest person I can know in here, and all he does is do everything just to save money. What do you spend the money on? Mr. Krab don't spend the money on nothing. He just save for what reason?
pink slip.
Like I don't get it. Like how you go and have
You're
a $1 billion
fired.
restaurant and all you
SpongeBob gets
do
hired
with
to
your
pizza pie hole,
money
but he
is
loves
just
so
save
much
the
he simply
money
can't
and
resist
don't
putting his foot
do
on the menu.
nothing.
That's a pizza
You
coast.
don't give it to
Hey, Abomination's
nothing.
definitely a
You
stretch.
just
If the bun was
save it
pizza
for
sliced, I
no
could totally get
reason.
behind this. Pizza Pete wants to rehire SpongeBob
Yeah.
when the Weenie Patties end up becoming a huge hit, but instead of just asking him to come back, he takes matters into his own hands and kidnaps him. Neighboring restaurant owners want SpongeBob as their employee, and a fight breaks out over who gets to hire him. The Krusty Krab has been falling apart without its fry cook, though, so Squidward
To make my own formula, my own creation. And then when I fire that person that can do my own creation better than me, and I try to do it myself, I screw up. It's like, Mr. Krab, you care more about money so much that you don't get the concept of your own creation, your own technique.
Bikini Bottom isn't completely uncultured. I did manage to find 2 Asian restaurants.
Someone got fired because he tried to make a noodle patty
I'll take it to go.
and a
Welcome to
noodle
Toss
is not
Sombrero,
that bad.
though. This restaurant must offer all-you-can-eat
Yeah.
buffets or something. I mean, what else could explain the horrors Patrick inflicted on Squidward's toilet?
Please, somebody put me out of my misery.
Hey, Mr. Hey, it's
It
Squidward.
feels so wrong to
Buy
follow the
a
most
new
disgusting
toilet.
scene
You
in the
should've been
entire
buy a
show
new
with the
toilet.
fanciest restaurant in Bikini Bottom, but here we are.
Fancier
Fancy's
restaurant.
built inside a glass
I
bottle,
reckon
and I'm
for
not
it.
sure that's such a fancy idea.
Don't
I mean,
tell me
imagine
it
how many
actually
lawsuits they'd get if it's smashed. And
restaurant
it has done
is
that
called-
before.
There has to be restaurant in
$100.
Oh, my mistake, sir. Thank you for pointing that out. Is your bill?
The place is so...
Mr. Krab, to a point where if the restaurant say you gotta pay $10,000 for the meal, pay it. You're a billionaire. Money should not be a reason for you to get mad about. Like, Mr. Krab, your head
fancy,
filled
but there's
with
no
money.
chandeliers or expensive
Like,
art on the
there's no
wall at
reason
all.
for
This
you
video
to
tells
spend
something about
money.
it. And yet, it probably
You
cost
got-
$1,000
you got
bucks.
that
Couple of rich
ocean,
entrepreneurs.
and you
that
still
How long have you 2 ladies known each other?
use the
What?
money for
Sponge got
spend
a
the money
staff
on
discount.
anything.
He's actually worked at Fancy twice in the show. The first time he was there as a part of a chef
Did?
exchange program.
Oh, that's still the fancy restaurant. I really wouldn't pay
all my
attention.
years in the kitchen, other than
He worked there again in season 9 after getting a pair of long pants.
today's special is a most amusing Indian Ocean seagrass chewed by local manatees and then smothered in a rich red algae.
Extraordinary. Very impressive breeches you're wearing.
Fancy would appear 5 more times in the show and spin-off series, and would you believe it, 3 of those appearances starred Mr. Krabs.
What?
The cheap fricker will literally get his own daughter sailor boots for her birthday, but he'll spend a fortune taking Mrs. Puff to the most expensive restaurant in Bikini Bottom, and she ain't even grateful.
Wait a minute. Yeah. How you gonna spend your whole life saving on on Puff, but you can't spend your life saving on the little things or on your daughter or on anything else. But when it comes down to Mrs. Puff, oh, you go all out for her. You're ridiculous. Something wrong with you.
SpongeBob? Bonjour, Mrs. Puff. I came along. We'd all get a free meal.
Eugene, this is so embarrassing.
Oh my God, Eugene. What the
Next, we
is
have
wrong
the
with
milkshake
you
stores.
and
Remember
money?
those? I know SpongeBob does, and
Oh,
not
wait,
for a
Kel-
good reason.
No, Kel actually turns you green when you drink it to make it look like the bad side effects and the chemical in the drink.
Before Kelp Shake
that
got shut
make
down by
it,
the health authorities, they were even
turn
bigger
like
than the
that.
Krusty Krab. I have no
Yeah.
idea why. I mean, everything about this restaurant's giving dish soap, and somehow it tastes even worse than it looks.
What the? I don't get what the big deal is. Like a wet gym sock.
Kelp Shake appeared in Best Frenemies and immediately dethroned the Krusty Krab as the biggest restaurant chain in Bikini Bottom, despite tasting putrid.
Yep. Now I get it. Now I get it.
See?
I realized
so Krabs became so worried about Kelp Shake running him out of business that he actually teamed up with his arch enemy Plankton to try and steal the secret recipe of the delicious Kelp Shake.
Let's see. Plankton, I think I found the kitchen. Let's do this thing.
Teaming up with a guy infamous for not being able to steal formulas wasn't the brightest of ideas.
Yeah, it wasn't the bright idea. Like, Plankton just went on low because he knows he would never
Times
get
call
that
for
Krabby
desperate
Patty
measures, so
formula.
any other ingredient, though. Now, it wasn't
What?
revealed to the audience, but I'm guessing it was some kind of nuclear waste that Mr. Burns dumped
It had
in or
to.
something.
It was some type of chemical nuclear waste or something in that drink that made people started liking the actual drink.
Look at us. Now what are we gonna do?
Not the kind of formula you want to steal,
Yeah.
eh? Kelp Shake went out of business, but it was far
For
from the
one,
last
right?
restaurant to kick the Krusty.
AKA Starbucks be the type of thing you would steal? Would it be the type of formula you want to steal? 'Cause after watching Kelp, you probably wouldn't want to try to steal Starbucks formula at all.
Grab the curb. Here's the less radioactive fast food chain, Sea Chicken Shack.
Oh yeah, sea chicken.
Best restaurant.
Like,
Who dares
you
lay
look,
claim to the
if
title?
you look at it, most of these restaurants like Kill a Sea Chicken
So,
chain.
how's the flavor of
that
that zesty sea
dethrone
chicken?
Where does
the
a
Krusty
rotting
Krab.
2x4 shack
They-
like
I
this even
think
get chicken
Ferrari
meat from
trying
anyway?
to
They
see,
can't possibly
like,
afford
if
partner with
any other
KFC.
restaurant
I mean,
can
maybe they
match
can,
up
because
to
KFC
the
cracking
hype that
sucks.
the Krusty
But they aren't
Krab
selling
is.
real chicken after all. Guess
Yep.
that would explain this oddly specific smell.
In here, like a tuna
What?
bathed in algae after running a marathon.
Crime now to exercise.
Ew.
Old Sea Chicken Shack looks like a tiny pathetic stand. It outperformed the Krusty Krab, forcing SpongeBob to sneak in and find out what they're doing and draw the Krusty regulars away. Chicken Shack looks like a total dump and blatantly discriminates against its customers.
Please refer
Yeah.
to our policy regarding dress.
Fans equal no service.
Clearly, there's nothing inside that's winning everyone over. SpongeBob gets thrown out for being a spy and finally discovers what's been tearing all of the Krab's regulars away.
Yep.
A giant, creepy chicken statue.
A giant statue depicting Mr. Sea Chicken in all his glory.
How does a statue steal me customers? SpongeBob?
Well,
Parents will follow.
crazy
steals
about right? Why ask Scribber, right? Let me say this. You could ask anybody else to sculpt you a statue of yourself, Miss Crab. But why ask Scribber? Right? Scribber is horrible at music and a terrible artist. Right? You look at Scribber art, it's only by himself. Scribber don't make no other art. So you can tell Scribber is a
Chicken Shack's
horrible
idea decides to
musician
create
and
his
a
own
terrible
monument
artist.
outside the Krusty Krab to win his...
Instead of him buying himself a real statue, he's going from the
I
cheap
think you
way
look really good.
to have someone
Golden.
who
T-minus 3, 2, 1.
That was fantastic! Formula, I must have the Flabby Patty recipe!
Mr. Krabs
Wow.
teams up with Plankton to steal the
So,
Flabby Patty recipe because that
wouldn't
won't
rather have the
Evil idea!
You guys are agreeing already.
Disguised as a Flabby Patty
not real
employee,
wrong idea
Krabs and Plankton
of
infiltrate the
because
tiny kitchen,
Mr.
and the
Krabs
owner
told.
gives them the secret recipe to memorize. For friendship. Cue honestly the biggest plot twist in the show. I would say that kid has way too much time on his hands, but I know for a fact he don't. Dude is slaving away from dusk till dawn.
Too much effort.
Alrighty guys, now it's time for the King Neptune of Bikini Bottom restaurants. An eating establishment so awesome and amazing, it drove the Krusty Krab right into the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you pretty patties. Krabs laughs in SpongeBob's face and calls his idea dumb, so he starts his own restaurant outside his house. And at first it looks so pathetic, passers-by can't stop laughing.
That looks bad. Like turn a burger into like different
Hey,
colors.
is that one purple? Is my favorite color. This isn't half bad. Hey world, pretty patties is the best idea ever.
I have no idea how SpongeBob cooked even a single one of those patties.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
don't even
grill,
know
his
how
stove can't even get electricity, but somehow he literally ends up making enough burgers to feed thousands.
Making all of them like you're painting a picture or something, and those type of color crazy. Like I don't even know how SpongeBob had time to do things like that. Damn, Mr. Krabs never had that much people. And then when Mr. Krabs found out that they just gave away the money to money made, they just giving away. Well, the crazy part about Mr. Krabs, they ain't cheap like you, where you only keep the money for yourself and don't even spend it. Are you sure about that?
Take this old roadside stand off your hand.
The next morning, Krabs is up bright and early, ready to make tons of moolah. But he's about to end up in more legal trouble than whatever idiot owned Kelp Shake.
All 46
And the crazy part about it, Mr. Krabs take care of it all because he's making so much money off it.
SpongeBob, let me in!
Even the Mr. Krabs met a not so pretty demise, it will
At that point, I started looking and seeing it is actually 28. That's